it's Just So Trish and my daughter Katie.
Hi.
And we are doing a collaboration with Crazy Busy Fit Mom for National Book Lovers Day. And so I walked around the house and I was originally going to do my top favorite 5 books, but I ended up with my top 10 books. That is just an absolute favorite in our house. And some of them are kind of a lot of them are kind of collections. So my top 10 collections maybe. So here we go. Starting off. One of our favorite collections, because she's my avid reader. Hold on. Say it.
Childcraft.
Are the Childcraft series. There are 15 books. They've been a long time user. We just got introduced to them a couple years ago. I bought them really on a great deal at the used bookstore, and then I found them once again, and I donated them to another family, or gifted them to another family. And I have friends, older friends, who even have great memories of these books. So, they come in different themes. There's 15, and then you get a dictionary. So the first one's Once Upon a Time. Time to Read. And I think this one is about
Stories and Poems, which is the same as Once Upon a Time. And 1 through 3 are the same theme.
Okay. So Stories and Poems again. You can see who reads them the most. They actually all do. This one's all about World in Space. These are Things to Make and Do. About animals. And you can see each one's really beautifully, has a beautiful graphic to go with the theme. The Green Kingdom. Story of the Sea. About Us. Holidays and Birthdays. Places to Know. How Things Work. Math Magic.
Fun Riddles.
About Me. Then the 15th one is a guide to childcraft, and there's even a collection in here about teaching to read, and this is kind of more of a parent book that goes with it and how to use them for your children, which is pretty cool. And then the last one you can see is pretty much a very robust child's dictionary that goes with the set. So we love this set a lot, and it's really, all the children enjoy gathering those books off the shelf. And yes, most of these are kind of geared towards my children. If you've seen my Bible resources, you've seen a kind of look through this one. This is one of our favorite books. It is the Seek and Find Bible. It is a wonderful book that you can read through. You can have so many beautiful graphics. So this was another one of our favorite books. So that's 2. Okay. I want to do my whole collection of Bob books. I consider the entire collection of Bob books as my number 3. My number 3 book that I love. We love these. I love the fact that it gives the children something very quickly to just get into and enjoy. When Lottie was learning to read, when it was quiet time to read, she was always in these books. And because we have the whole collection, and I try to keep them in order, they can kind of pick and go through. I did buy these sets at Sam's Club, and it was one that you could get 3 big box sets, and it was like all 5 sets are in the 3 big box sets. So it worked out really good. I believe it's been a long time. So we've had them for a long time. Okay, put those down there. Okay, the next set of books. One of the things I can do when I get the opportunity, I'll put a link and list all my books down there and links on how to get them. But for the next 4, the next 4 are kind of special on the fact that this is a whole set by Jacob Abbott. And they're called Rollo. They're a series called Rollo. And it's Rollo at Work, Rollo Learns to Read, Rollo at School, Rollo at Play. Go ahead.
Rollo at Play is really good.
It's one of her favorites. So, this is a free book that I printed and bound myself. I have videos that I put, some of my very early videos is how to even print these off of they're free. So I print them off of Google. And this book was written in 1838. The one thing I will warn you about the Rollo Learns to Read books is they get lots of ideas. So don't be shocked if they're out there building a wigwam.
And then in 2 weeks later trying to burn it.
And beware, they might want to burn it. So this is a really wonderful book. It's a very kind of boy-oriented book, but you loved it just the same.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of adventure and gets them thinking. And Jacob Abbott actually discussed the fact that it was to give them, kind of to entertain them and provide them with enough knowledge so they can go off and find things to do when they're bored. So one of my favorites. Another author that is one of my favorites. Yes, this is another in my evolution of binding. Another one that I find online. Wait, let me show this one back again. So this is kind of the, there's the at work one, or the way for a boy to learn to be industrious, and they really do, and they love it. So all those were written in 1835, and you can get them. He has a large collection of them, and I will put a link in my comments. Maybe not right away, but eventually. The other one I really love, and this is Josephine Pollard. She has a collection of books, and they're all written for a boy, intended boy. So it's very, makes boys happy. Like the Life of George Washington is very detail oriented about all of his little things, and man, the boys eat it up. This one trudged through it. But the really, 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 really cool part about Josephine Pollard, and again, this is another, I think this one's 1901 that it was written. They're about 1902, 1901. Is she wrote these books in single syllables. So again, I'm pulling these up, and if you can see, let's see if I can find a good one. Vicksburg, it's broken up into syllables. Gettysburg, it's broken up in syllables. So it's a really great phonetically way to read for the children, for especially those boys, because they like this kind of stuff. It's all historically based. It's accurate. And it gives them the ability to really decode. Especially if you got ones that are still decoding. This is really a great book for decoding. And still be kind of up there. So even your late readers will enjoy this. Okay. So there's that one. My next favorite author set, again, and this would be Thornton Burgess. So this is another one I printed, again, through my evolution of printing. I print these large because it makes it easier for the younger ones to read. And then you don't have to do any folding. But this is another 1913. And it's a collection of stories around these very comical animals. This one's Johnny Chuck. And the really cool part is there's a Thornton Burgess museum, and they have all these different things that you can go and do a bunch of extra stuff. So you can really turn this into a cool study for, say, kindergartner or first grader by reading through these, and they're a lot of fun to read. And this, I think, about second, third grade reading. So it's another good one, and a free one. Just black printer, laser printer. Okay, one of my utmost favorite ones is Clara Pierson. Another collection of free books online. And this is Among the Forest People. She has Among the Forest People, Among the Meadow People, Among the Night Creatures, Among the
Farm People, and a couple others.
And the really cool part is these are short stories that entwine character, very good character development. Don't mean to block you out there. Character development, and it also is great nature study along with it. It's very much, it's a great read aloud to the children. I like this one for read aloud. Did you read any of these on your own?
Yes, I have, and they're very fun. When you say about teaching on forest, they talk about character building, and also on about how some animals eat other animals.
Yes. So she had a good time because in the midst of the character building, when we were reading that one, she's like, ooh, that horse is like Bubba, and this one's like me, and that's how he acts, and this is how I act, and, you know. So they do have a good time with that. So I print them out big. Getting old. But another really good one, and the really cool part is they have very beautiful graphics. Beautiful, beautiful work. So, enough with the kids. So there's 7 sets. My top 3 for me. So the last 3. I cannot go without my Belle Blue Book. And yes, this one's old. Older. We'll just call it older. In order to feed my crew, I depend on this because it allows me to buy bulk fresh and I can put it up. And so I couldn't go without this. The next one that comes down, and I just found this, and it's the Ultimate Dehydrating Cookbook. And I thought I knew, she has, what is it? Something to store. I will link her YouTube channel in here. She has, oh, I wish I could think of her. It's something to store. Oh, I don't know what it is right off the bat. So I've been dehydrating for 14 years. I got this book this fall. I got through the intro and realized I didn't know anything. And I thought I knew some stuff. But, great book. Awesome book. Okay. This one. Because again, I didn't really leave the house knowing how to cook a lot of things. And I'm really good at cooking things now, but I didn't know how. And I've had this one 20 years. 20 years. This is the Ultimate Southern Living Cookbook. This is where I learned everything. And it is well used. And I even put my own notes in there. And I'm not ashamed to do it. I've soaked it. It's been flooded. But I think with anything, especially when you start out, or if you just need an ultimate cookbook of some kind. So I don't know if you're from the Northern Living Cookbook, or if you're from the Southwest Living Cookbook, but you gotta have something to rely on. So those are our favorite books with my favorite bookworm. Mm-hmm. And it was hard just to kind of shrink it down to just these 10, but we are celebrating National Book Lover Day, so we're pretty excited about that, and I hope that you enjoy or get curious about the things we like to read, and I can't wait to see what the others do in the collaboration, to see what they're reading and what their favorite books are, so we can also join in on that. So, we'll see you later.
Bye.
And that's Just So Trish.